Watching adult content for too much time will inevitably lead you to becoming an EDP. I guarantee you, just give it enough time and you will become an EDP. And if you don't know who that is, what that is, just look it up real quick and then come back. You will turn into an EDP. It doesn't lead you down a good path. I'm telling you right now. Watching it all the time, you think you're having a good time. You think you're having a blast. Your dopamine is just going and going up and up and up. But you get to a point where you just start to need more and more and more. And you know this. You've done it before. You started scrolling through the pages on the sites. You can't just go to the first video. You can't just go to whatever you type in and click on the first video. No, you gotta start scrolling. This starts to become an hour, 2 hour endeavor before you even get to rubbing on the meat. I'm telling you right now, it'll just get worse and worse and worse. You're going to want more and more and more. And where is that going to lead you? To very nasty things, very nefarious things. It won't lead you to anything good, I'm telling you right now. And people may think I'm, taking this too far, taking it too serious, but it's super serious. Like, think about it in the first place. You're watching another man do what you want to do. You want to be cracking, you want to be doing all this stuff. But you're watching another man do it. And then you want to watch him, do it with someone else, maybe start to get into the grandma category. I've been there before. We all been there before. It happens. But you got to catch yourself, okay? You got to get out of it now. Because the older you get, the more unacceptable it is. You don't want to be in your 30s and 40s and still hooked on this shit. I'm telling you right now, you don't. You need to stop now. You need to cut the head off the snake now. Even though the snake might regrow its head, just keep chopping it off. Eventually it'll die. So you need to stop now. You need to get away from it right now. Because it will lead you down the path of, getting arrested and getting caught with, a bunch of files on your phone that, you don't know how you got there. You don't know how you got to this point. You start to watch, this anime adult content, and it goes down that path. And before you know it, you're watching things you shouldn't be watching. You're looking for things that are just so ungodly that it's just like, man, you need to check yourself now. Just really come to the realization, especially if you've done it today. Like, look at yourself after you've done it and just, you're ashamed. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes you feel real good. You had like the best nut ever, that shit just flowed out nice. Like, everything about it was just majestic. But catch yourself before, you need to do it multiple times a day to feel good. You need to do it more and more and more. And then you can't even do anything in your real life because you're in this virtual world of just, unlimited content. This is a new concept and philosophy. We've never, throughout history, never had this much access to all this adult content at the snap of your fingertips. And people can't handle it, quite frankly. Obviously, people cannot handle it. And you can see it in people's eyes. That they're just max level gooners. They can't even make contact with you. They can't even have a conversation with you because they're just in this state of shame all the time. So you need to stop now. Like, before it's too late. before you're 400 pounds and you rationalize that it's okay to, do all the things that EDP is doing right now. Honestly, that guy gotta, somebody gotta do something about that guy. That's just nefarious. Like that is disgusting, man. But yeah, you're going to get to that point because you're gonna get real desperate because you haven't been making any progress within your life for the past couple years. You haven't made any progress because all you've been doing is jerking off and trying to rank up on that, trying to make progress in that, trying to get top rank in fucking jerkmate. I've been there before, and it could feel fun, it could feel addicting, it could feel, exhilarating. But then when you have to snap back into real life, you look around and your life is terrible. You look around, there's nut all over you. You can't even think straight. Your brain is all fogged up. There's nut like all over your face. Like, you don't know what the fuck is going on. It's like you get hit with like a fucking grenade, like, and you can't progress in your life like that as you get older. Like, that's the thing that you do when you were a kid and you first found that shit. Okay, fine. You don't know any better. But as you get older, that shit is just fucking sad at a certain point. And it's hard to, unravel that and, get that out of your routine and break that habit. I understand that. I've struggled with that for such a long time. I finally just broke out of it recently. For the rest of my life now, I won't be tied to any of that. But you really have to be real interactive with the idea that you need to stop doing it. You need to realize that it's a problem because, like I was saying, you won't make any progress in your life while jerking off. You won't. You'll just want to make progress in that. And then that's going to lead you down a path where you're 40 years old, broke as fuck, and desperate. And then desperate people hurt people, You're desperate and addicted to fucking adult content. So then you're going to try to get it how you can. You haven't taken care of yourself. So what's the next step? You become a predator. Duh. Like, that's where this leads down. You inevitably become a predator if you don't stop yourself now. Right? So you need to fucking stop or you're going to fuck up your life and potentially ruin somebody else's, And this is not a life that you want to live. This shouldn't be your legacy. Your goal in life shouldn't be to be a predator, to become some sort of predator. So if that's not your goal, you should proactively, that's what I meant to say before, proactively, you should proactively try to stop now, Try to stop now, and it's going to be difficult, but the more you try, the more of a result that you can just have. Like, you'll eventually get to the point where you can do it, but you just gotta keep on trying, And the pain of just like becoming a predator and the visualization of becoming a predator should snap you out of this jitsu that you're in order to. You're trapped in a jitsu to watch porn. I might get this might get age restricted now, but whatever, fuck it. Yeah, you might be in a jitsu for adult content. Like, you're just in the cycle of you gotta watch more freakier stuff. Man, I've watched the most like nefarious things ever, man. Like, I've watched, grandma stuff. I've searched for like 90-year-old stuff. Like, just And you can even get to a category where you start watching stuff that's, not even fully straight. And that's when you really got to wonder, like, what the fuck is going on? You start by watching just normal stuff, and then it starts to ramp up. And now you're not even really turned on by the normal stuff. And you start to watch, just not such straight stuff anymore. I don't know what I could really say on YouTube, but you know what I'm saying, You start to have some Thailand experiences. And I mean, if that's what you're down for, that's cool, that's fine. But if you're straight and you kind of want to be straight and you want to stay straight, it could lead you down a path where you start to not be so straight anymore if you're watching that stuff. Like, why is that popping up in your recommended? You know what I mean? Anyways, you need to stop. Like, this is just so fucking absurd. And then, even if you get into an interaction with just a normal woman in real life, you're not going to know what to do. You're going to want to run to the corner, sit there and watch her, and start jerking off. That's what you're going to want to do. You're not going to want to fuck her. I'm telling you right now. Not at all. Like, fucking her is going to just be such a weird concept to you. No, you want to watch her get fucked. That's what you really want to do. You won't admit it. And you'll only, get to the point where you're watching it through videos, but you want to watch the girl that you like or whatever the fuck. You want to watch her get fucked. You want to watch her get railed. You want to watch her just have an extreme time. And you want to be just front row and center. And if you could, you would rather do that than fuck her. I'm telling you right now. 99% of gooners would rather be in the room and just be jerking it, man. Like, double hand stroking it. You ever get to the point too where you're spitting on your shit, you're double hand stroking it, like, it just gets ridiculous to a point. And this is just by like watching videos. Like, you're just watching a screen and you're all worked up, you're sweating, you're dripping in sweat, and you even get to a point where you think in your head, like, yo, could I bend down and like suck it right now? Is that even possible? And then you go in for a try, and then you realize you're unsuccessful because you have a fucking rib cage, and it's just not possible. Maybe if you have like a 15-inch dick, but I guess you can do it like that. But regardless, shit just gets more and more extreme as you keep on watching, which is not what you want. It will turn you into eat that pussy 445. If you want to be a fat fucking loser ass Eagles fan, who just likes to be a predator, to be honest, if you want to go down that route and you want to meet up with Chris Hansen and be homies with him, do a little collab with Chris Hansen, fuck it. Do it, man. If that's your dream goal in life, fucking do it, But, I hope people like that just go to prison or just a lot worse stuff. I don't know what I could say on YouTube, but those people gotta just not exist really anymore, But, yeah, this is that serious. Like, watching adult content will get you to that point where you turn into EDP445. I'm telling you right now. You'll start just developing titties out of nowhere and a fat stomach and just, yeah, you don't want that. Unless you do, then go to fucking hell. But anyways, yeah, this is it for this video. This is a fucking disastrous, fucking disgusting video. But I hope it's real informative and gets you thinking like, wow, I might become a predator. Maybe I should stop watching this stuff. It's just, I'm here to help, man. I love you guys. Shastora out.